Do you think it's okay for you to put out your energy to so many people?
Men are different. Like there are those who've probably been socialized to believe that
A man
women
must
are like
cheat.
no, women are like trophies. So you become more of a man by how many you've hunted down on a get. But then there are those who are not really too much into hunting down women. They're too much into hunting down progress for life. Ndio wawache legacy.
Because
So we are different.
ideally, I see a lot of that. I don't know if the rest of us tumeona, like things like masturbation, sex, they tend to favor women more than men. The more a man has sex, the less productive he is. So say you're my boyfriend, you're her boyfriend, you're her boyfriend. We might have sex once a week, me and you, but you might also have sex once a week with her, once a week with her. So in essence, your productivity as a
Goes
man
yeah,
goes down.
that is true.
Don't you think then it is detrimental for you guys? Then why do you still do it?
Well, it's like alcohol. You see, you know very well you're an alcoholic, but you won't stop drinking alcohol.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you bring up a very important nini, which I will take it up with the boys. Naambie, you guys. But I have always felt like I like kituka yo unapata the more women you have, the less ambitious you become.
Yeah.
Or the less energy you have to chase after you are, because you are unajua women, me I keep saying women are too much, women are a handful. So you can imagine dealing with more than one
Yeah.
at the same time. Like saizi uko na bibi kwa nyumba, and then you have like three other side
It's
chicks.
like the Samido situation.
And then you have like three other side chicks, and you're supposed to divide yourself between your wife and the three side chicks.
Yeah.
Bado hujaweka watoi,
At
hujaweka
what point
nini.
are you going to place your career, your ambition, and
This is
all
why,
those things?
and it's not like I'm advising anyone, but mi usema, if nimejipata kwa situation yenye I have a wife and I feel like once in a while I need to like maybe have an experience with a different menu, I will not be in a relationship with the other women. It will just be like a one-time thingy, so that nikuwe na more time ya kufocus on my things and my wife. Nona. So like no, it's not the same. Like for example, I
That's
see
not cheating.
ngoja I see marriage is cheating, but
So that makes it
it's a
better.
smart way of cheating.
Oh, wow.
To ngoja kwanza. Si na address ile issue yako ya like mwanaume akikuwa na so many sexual partners, productivity yake inarudi chini, because these sexual partners, he is in some sort of relationship also with them. So it's not only about sex. So bado wanamdrain time, hizo vitu zingine zote. So mi usema like I've always felt like it's stupid to have a wife and then you have like two other side chicks, umewarentia sijui nyumba Kilimani, mwingine sijui umemrentia wapi, and now you have to oscillate between all these houses. Like, so you just have a woman, you smash her, and then you go back to your wife, and then you never smash her again. Why? What's the need of keeping another woman as if of keeping another?
Marriage then?
Let me
You talk about marriage, but
no, wait.
That's the other alternative.
You guys are going over. The question is, this woman you'll be smashing, where will you get her? If you do not want any other relationship apart from smashing her when you're bored with your wife.
Wait. Do you know?
So does
do
it
you
mean,
know
wait,
economy ya Kilimani imeshikiliwa na nini?
Question now that I'm asking. So are you going to pick the women on the streets?
No, we pick.
Or-
Because
you
that-
can
that's
pick
the
the
best
women.
arrangement.
For
You
you,
can
to
pick
be
the-
able to smash somebody.
And you smash and pass and never talk to them again.
That way, I don't know.
Yeah,
Either
that
a
means you
one night
pick-
stand, you've
yeah.
already. It means you will have already invested time to for that level to be there, because
No,
you
you
cannot
don't
just meet today and we smash today. I don't know.
Aye, guy.
People do
Guy.
that though.
Guy.
But that's beyond the point. You're right.
Mm.
Because someone told me sex, of which it's true, it starts here before it gets there.
Yeah.
And it's a whole process. That's why people usually say nowadays, before you forgive that person for cheating, just know I did, and they did. You get my point?
Yeah.
For women though, but for men no.
But that's not the point.
For
Like,
women
you
mnakuwa
guys
mmeifikiria
before-
over and over, but for man anaenda tu hapo nje and have sex and anarudi na like
That's not the
it's not really a
point.
big deal.
You just didn't meet someone and you bumped into them and that was sex. That's different. I don't bump into you and, oh my God, our genitals touched. it's not the case. Like, we have to remove clothes, we have to
Like, you still have a chance to second guess
Hapana.
yourself.
Exactly, you
and
still
stop
have
it.
so many chances
Or-
to remember, oh gosh, oh shit, I'm married.
Bana wababa huku hivi nje hata they're not going through hizo sijui zinaitwangaje preamble za sijui kissing kutoa nguo.
So
They
they just bump into
they
you
just
and,
slide the
oopsie.
panties to the side and they get over with their thing and they
It's okay.
Lubanga.
see. I'm telling you the truth, like
It's fine.
Unajua
Like,
kinani huku nje.
eh.
Sawa.
Anyway, hujamaliza story. Ngoja kwanza kwa hiyo story yako.
What
Kuna
point did
kitu
you leave?
kuna kitu yenye bado sija understand na nataka nyinyi wote muijibu. Shida yenu inakuanga nini? The first time mmekuja kwa nyumba ya boyfriend zenyu, you ransack the house as if you are
Exactly. I want to
I
know
don't
what
do
I'm getting
that.
myself
you guys
into.
ransack houses.
I don't do that.
I do it.
Eh.
No, I
Let me tell
don't.
you
They do.
something.
Women do that.
I don't.
How will you feel when you go to your guys, your new guy's place? I know you had a past before me, but I'm not supposed to know that you had a past.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not supposed to linger in my mind. Like, I know for sure I stopped taking a guy seriously because, like, you see the way you're talking and you like this person, and then now you visit them. And then the first thing when I opened his closet, I saw a pack of condoms. This guy is probably going to see this podcast, but I don't care. And I saw, like, ilikuwa imebaki. So, you know, they usually come in threes. Ilikuwa imebaki moja.
Yeah,
So who used the other two?
Hata sikumbuki zinakuanga ngapi. I've been celibate.
Okay.
Yes.
Nigga lying. He lying. But that's not the point. But the fact that you didn't throw these things out and bought new ones for me, you get my point. No, it just gets into your head, like, it just ruins everything for you. In your mind, you're like, shit, this guy has been having sex before me. Of course you have, but no, I don't want to know. In my mind, the first thing that comes to my mind, you know, the way we've been wired to understand that men can sleep around, men sleep around, nini. The first thing that comes to your mind is, maybe he just wants to sleep and to hit and to smash and go. You know, that's the first thing that goes to mind. Why does he have a pack of condoms here? Same thing as a friend of mine was telling me, he went to his girlfriend's place for the first time and then akapata lube imetumika nusu. Like, wait, why are you using lube? 2, why is the lube half? You know?
But the lube is very essential for
I know
the
it
time.
is, but
For those times, maybe you feel like you need to feel yourself. You know, feel yourself. Yes.
Breathe
You
in,
need,
Meg.
like you need to beat one.
Breathe in, Meg. Because she's breathing in.
It is very important. It's very important. At least you're
so
taking
you
a
would
break.
understand, because him,
At
he
least you're
felt-
taking a break from
No,
you're taking a
'cause
break from
him-
like hizi maitangaje hizi mafuta za ng'ombe hizi arimis and
Girls don't do that. Girls don't use arimis.
Yeah.
That's a guy thing. Have you ever seen chicks talking about arimis? It's you guys.
Kwani you guys you rub the bean without anything?
The bean is a self-lubricating organ.
sawa.
Thank you.
So that's beyond the point. So the guy was telling me, wait, all my life as an adult, I've been having sex. I've never used lube with a woman. Why do you have lube in your house? Like, is it that we're operating with the other exit only situation? What's going on?
But the lube kwa important if you're having sex with a woman you don't like that. Yeah. I'm just saying.
Mukiedit part, hiyo part mteka zile crickets.
I'm just saying because if you're having sex with someone you actually desire, you don't need the lube. But the lube comes in handy when you are hooking up with. Saa zingine njaa, unajua
My
wanasemanga
lubrication has nothing to do with if you desire me or not, right?
Yeah.
That's me.
But still my point was mbona huwa mna ransack nyumba zetu juu I
I
remember
just want to know what I'm
I
working
remember there's this chick she went through my stuff alafu akapata baro niliandikiwa nikiwa form 3 and now
Mbona
she's
uko na
mad
barua ya
about it
form 3?
and it's been like over 10 years.
Yeah,
Hii
you
barua
still
si
need
inakwanga
that
tu hapo
shit.
si
Well,
no.
you have
barua ya
Sasa
three.
unaona sasa the way mnataka kunigeuzia ndio mmepia kunigeuzia.
Because you see me when I break up with you, vitu zako zote nilikuwa nazo. I'll probably put them in some place and trash them.
Hiyo
You know,
barua-
unless it's a house.
The high school letters
or
are
a
very
car.
important by the way.
But you get my
Zinakukumbusha.
point.
The high school letters are very important.
No, I'm supposed to
Zinakukumbusha
be
that
the only
time.
woman your heart desires.
Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, Meg, for you.
No, but that's not. I know
Yeah.
it's not what happens, but Please
But see,
make it look like,
I don't even remember those.
you see that I was telling you, pretend that, pretend.
Yeah.
You know.
But
So
all I'm
stop
saying
holding
is,
on to-
all I'm saying, women need to stop ransacking their men's houses when they visit, when they come over.
Sometimes it's
I
just hanging
I
up.
don't ransack the very first time, or actually, have I ever ransacked? I've never.
Mnapitia
You're such a
mpaka-
nice chick.
mnapitia mpaka
You know,
mifuko za
I've
jacket,
never-
The
mifuko za
other
koti.
no, that's too much. But you see the way men are not like women. As we get to talk about things so much, it's easy for someone to know me. Men carry this mystique around, and the best I can know what Lubanga's favorite color is by observing how he dresses, observing his house, and things like that. So ideally, most times it doesn't come from a bad place. It usually comes from a place of, I just want to know my man.
Okay.
You get, I want to know what his taste is like. I don't know, but ideally that is one of the reasons why I would want to snoop around my man's
No,
house.
that is not snooping around. There's snooping around, and there's just things finding you. Like you're in the bathroom, you see a pink glove there. That has just found you.
My bathroom has pink gloves.
As in, you
And-
are in the kitchen, and then you see.
Yeah, I'm saying that hizi si mnajitanga sijui exfoliating
Yes.
whatever.
You're in the kitchen, and then you see something.
Because
That
there
is
was
how
no-
things
there was
find
no-
me. But
No, me I
ransack,
ransack
no, I don't.
proudly.
Now this guy, when I went there, he had booty shorts. And then he told me that when
And they weren't your size.
No, when he was buying them, he was thinking about me. And those I said I will not wear them because I do not know who has been inside those things. And then these things you wear without panties. I'm like, no, thank you. I'm gonna be, we're going to wash it. I'm like, no, thank you. Imagine I cannot.
So you're saying you saw all these red flags? Ama ni kitu yenye uliona siku moja?
I have been there. It was not the first time when I got the nini, but I was not opening his drawers or anything.
you are like me.
I don't, by the way. I don't
I know.
go.
Unlike me.
The only time I go, I opened the drawer. Was the first time that I was there, and that booty short was there. After that, it was like, why should I open drawers? And the other time that I opened the other drawer that had pack of condoms is because the charger was there. His charger was there. So there was nothing inside when the charger was there, and this side when the booty short was there. It was one. Anyways, I left that day after we spoke. I'm sorry. I'm like, I think I made myself clear. There is nothing I think we can talk about here right now. So
You broke off
So the
things with
relationship
him
ended like that.
Yeah.
But I feel like you should have been dramatic about it.
if you were leaving.
A little
If you
bit.
know-
If you
Make
knew
it worth
if
your
you knew
while.
if you knew
If
you're
you're
leaving,
going,
hey,
make it worth your while.
una
Don't take this advice though.
I don't like drama.
Uli-
Like even previously when I get these ninis are cheating,
Yeah.
I'm just like, okay, all right, this has happened. So move. How do we?
hata sisi
Wow,
wa baba.
you're such a lady.
Let me tell you something. Unaona hata sisi wa baba, we like being confronted. Mary ni nani?
What he said. What he
Who's
said.
Jen? Na Masi, unaona? And then we will figure out how we're going to answer.
The adrenaline.
Tuna feelingi ni kaa pia mnatupenda kiasi. Like if you
Yeah,
don't
take it
care,
somewhere.
like if you don't care about asking me who that chick was or who
It means I don't mean much to you.
kuwa dramatic kidogo. Ina
Drama,
spicing
like,
things up.
we're like this. Even
Yeah.
if we have an issue and maybe it's a big issue, I'd rather keep
Wachane-
quiet.
eh.
We'll talk later. I do not know how to.
You're not confrontational.
No,
Yeah.
I do not.
I
Okay,
used to
the
be.
reason why
I
it
don't
was like that, it's because for a long time I saw how my parents were. You know, sometimes their fights were ugly, and I don't want that. I was like, there are so many
So
things that
subconsciously.
I'm going to change when I grow up.
Hey, basi mimi sikuwahi change. Juu exactly ile tu blueprint ya baba yangu ndio uko nayo. My dad will walk in the room, anapata I'm in the house with my friends. We are chilling, maybe watching a movie. Yote maybe for high school.
Yeah.
And because he had unresolved issues with me, he will address me there and then.
Malizani hapo.
Alafu tukishamalizana, anachange anakuwa mnice akoko. Habari zenu? Mko sawa? Sasa anamalizana na wewe kwa hapo anamwambia, msijali, ilikuwa iko sawa, lakini and then he goes to the bedroom, even ask you mnahitaji soda nini, mko sawa? So mimi pia siku hizi naonanga, hata mimi naonanga niko hivyo, like ukinifanyia kitu na come through straightforward nikwambie mbona like nataka tumalize na hiyo issue before we can move on to other things.
Na kama hizi kwa resolved hapo tutasolve when our minds are thinking.
I think for me it's selective. I wouldn't go your dad's way. I confront issues. When you hurt me, I will tell you, Lubanga, you've hurt me. You know, but like in front of people, I wouldn't do that.
Babangu angojani.
You know, it's selective sort of, and it's not also over the bar. You tend to vunje vitu and things like that, because I feel like that's ratchet. Like to normal.
I feel my dad has a problem trying to be quiet about something that's bothering him. Like that time maybe tuko sapa tunakula, and for one reason or the other, maybe your day ugali ya madhe haikuwa legit. Buda anaifinya anakula, nasikia
Kali.
anamuita na jina yake. Mama is called Violet. Usikia? Violet. Unajua wewe ni bibi yangu na nakupenda.
Wow.
Lakini ugali leo kuna kama kosa mahali.
But the approach is really nice.
Ambaye hii ugali leo kuna kama kosa, like hata ngoja ati kesho ndio atamalizana tu na wewe hapo.
It's fine.
That's the approach that he uses is nice, because he started with the love. It's not like he started with ugali ni aje. Kwani huku kupika ugali nini. It's different.
Hiyo sema unajua wewe ni bibi yangu na nakupenda.
Wow.
Lakini ugali.
Yeah, that is goals.
Hiyo ugali leo iko na makosa mahali, and then hivyo tu hata insist on any other thing. Itakuwa imeisha hapo.
But it's good to always talk about things. The more you bottle things up, I think it's also a dangerous place psychologically. Maybe you should talk about things more often.
Try. Mimi naona try kukua bring some drama. Si ile drama ile mbaya, like unavunja vitu kwa nyumba ya msee.
But even him was like, you knew all this.
You're giving me serial killer vibes.
Yeah, she's giving me major vibes right now.
Like, you know, when ule msee unaweza jua, this guy has slept with my sister, but you go ahead and prepare for me a meal, you warm for me my water, we even cuddle before we sleep.
And I massage you and
she got me up kwa cuddling. I was like,
you even
My problem is even now, when I'm like mad angry, I'll start laughing. That is I swear.
That's psycho.
No.
That's psycho. That's like
the
Joker.
Hii tabia basi ni anani, ni ya chubby chicks ule ulikuwa.
Chubby chicks.
Hamete is the same.
No, I don't laugh when I'm angry.
Hamete ana jam like kitu imemkasirisha. She starts laughing like, "Wait, are you uko sawa wewe?"
No, I don't laugh.
See the other Hamete.
Oh.
Your friend. Anaanza tu uko like, "Okay. Unacheka nini?"
And that time ako pissed.
Alafu vile tunajua wale wasichana wanangati. It's funny how alamecheka. You know, it's funny how
ABC na facts zenyewe.
Sasa I'm like, mimi ningekuwa kwa situation yako singecheka.
I know.
Singecheka. That's a very grave issue. Anyway, hebu tuambie hiyo story yako ya cheating.
Well, mine, it was a stable relationship at that time. And I always start by saying I had no choice. And I think with how we view things, it always felt like he did me a favor by choosing me. So each and every time I would confront anything, I would be told, but you're here. You have my child. So there's nothing you can do. So with time, I stopped confronting. I just decided to focus on not losing myself. So I wouldn't say I found all those things because I was the one in the house. But I had moments where his wallet had her photo. He would send her money when I really needed that money. Sometimes I would really have to have reasons to be given some money because at that time I was a stay-at-home mom. And he would spend some nights away or some other nights later. And I didn't question that much because I was the one in the house. So literally, more like you are being given this favor. And even the worst part is even the woman will come, and sometimes the woman will come to my child's birthday, bring him gifts, and she will even say, "Vayo tulia kwa ndoa." Ndoa ni ngumu. Ndoa ni ngumu. You know, this person loves you. As much as you can see he has some distractions, this person loves you. And there's nothing better outside here than a man who loves you. And I will just smile because and I cook a lot. So she'd come, eat the food I've cooked, play with my child, and then tell me, this man loves me.
Wow.
And when I needed that man, that man is not even there.
Wait, I am so curious. In fact, I've realized we called the wrong person dangerous.
Dangerous.
But I think from what she's talking about, you see the way toxic people make it look like they're doing you a favor to be around you. So I think he played with your mind so much. So I'm curious, at what point did you realize that, because you're so pretty, what point did you realize that I need to leave this, I deserve better?
Well, I always left, but I never had the financial backup to stay. So the very first thing in my mind was, I need to first of all get myself something to be stable and work on this thing, hold on to this thing so that I can be stable and be able to just stand by myself.
Yeah.
So that is what I did first. Find a job, find employment, and not give birth again. Like nilijambia I'm not gonna get another baby. Because that other woman will tell me, actually you need to get pregnant. This man needs more children.
Because
that is now the thing. That woman, he loved that woman, and that woman knew he loved him.
But the woman didn't love him.
That woman loved white men.
Second thing, she was using this guy.
Yeah, second thing, he wanted children, but that woman never wanted children. So you've met these women who do not want children.
Yes, true.
Yes, so that woman was that kind of woman, doesn't want children. But here I am a young woman.
So
you were
the bearer of children, and she was the bearer of his heart.
I am the bearer of children. The one who's supposed to manage, you manage, take this money, manage. And this guy has money. You take this money, manage. But this other one, I need some money here. Should be sent money. You, when you're sick, you have to, first of all, look at it like, kuna hospitali gani cheaper, naeza enda. Yet you are not dating a poor man. And that is where I said on the other podcast, there's a difference between dating a poor man and somebody who just doesn't like you. Somebody who doesn't like you, they'll have a lot of resources to help you.
See, I think
really
it's also what women say nowadays, that there's a difference between dating someone who is mean and someone who's generous. It's not about what I said, it's not about a rich guy and a broke guy. Someone could not really be rich, but they're generous with whatever they have. And someone could be very, very rich, but you have to write for them a proposal before they can release even 5 shillings.
It's a whole pitch before he gives you.
Yeah, you need to pitch. And
then that bit where somebody feels like they are really doing you a favor by you being married to them.
Yeah.
Yet you gave birth. A child you almost died when you are giving birth. You almost lost your life, you see?
Yeah.
And somebody makes it feel like they did a favor with you by just choosing you. Yet you really had options.
But unajua your story ya favor inakata cross genders.
Both genders are
there are men also who their women have made them feel like they are doing them a favor to be in their lives. And these men don't askinga they the top tier simps. Because you have to simp for her. Otherwise she will amekupatianga ile mentality that she is ready to walk out of your life. So you need to come correct. So unapata mwanaume amengangana hapo he is being cheated on, but a baby nini kuna wanaume pia wanaumia hapa hivi.
I know, I think
a lot of them.
I think other than the simping bit, I think it has a lot to do with, we go through phases and people get to that place of self-actualization and realization. Some people find it really early and some people find it really late. Especially for our generation, we were raised in, not so many parents were willing to tell you, I love you and things like that, So you were not so affirmed in your space. We grew up in families, kids were born in the 90s.
Even chicks.
Yeah.
Because I only know it's boys who are never told that they are loved by their parents.
No, here's the thing, Your parents grew up with parents who knew huyu bora nimemlisha. And then they come into a situation where anajua akikupeleka shule uko na uniform, unakula, haulali njaa, you're good.
That was their love language.
That is me loving you, you know. And then right now I'm raising a child who I have to tell I love every day when she's going to school or when I'm going to work. You know, she wants to be affirmed in that space. And Ataka, she's more affirmed with my words than my actions.
As a parent.
Personally, it's not that bad. I think my mom has always affirmed me.
So it had nothing to do with...
No, my mom has always affirmed me. I'm very beautiful. She loves my legs. She would...
Your mom and I both. Your mom and I.
Hey.
So she would constantly tell me I'm beautiful, but there's a difference. She kept saying, I didn't come back to my parents with a child. So she expected once you've left home for marriage, it has to be there. Like you have to be married. Why are you coming back now? As in, why are you coming back now? Yeah. And then I was in praise and worship.
Yeah.
I was a church girl. How is she going to explain to the other people, like, guy ule msichana wa kanisa, the one who used to sing hapo mbele amekuja nyumbani na mtoto. So as much as it's just the other day, like I tell people, I think it's last year, when she came and hugged me and told me I'm sorry, I would have supported you earlier.
Yeah.
But back then, she would say yes, you know very well she's hurting, but she would say go back, and then she goes to the kitchen or to the bedroom. But hapo mbele ameshakwambia go back. And she feels like anakani kama amejitoa, like she doesn't want any more questions or any more. Then she tells you, no, you need to go back. Done.
But I think I like that she acknowledges that she made a mistake. Parents don't do that. Most parents don't do that.
Mimi sasa nimetoka kwa familia yenye hawaambii unapendwa, but they always told us they were sorry. Like my dad, for example, my dad is always very quick to tell you, hey, pole.
No, my dad buys your forgiveness.
He buys.
My dad will buy your forgiveness.
My dad
will
told
go
us.
And find a very nice watch. He knows my baby loves watches.
Wow.
So he knows he said something that was really off and it offended you. And my dad and I are pretty close. So akiona umeanza withdraw, it's because he did something. He will gift you. And that is his apology. Do not expect that J man from Kakamega to tell you sorry. No, he will buy the forgiveness.
Both of my parents have apologized to me in different times. They've apologized. I think they do. But I've never had my dad say he loves me. But my mom has always... I talk to my mom every day. If kama kuna protest in Nairobi, my mom would call me 5 times in a day. As in, if I get a new job, I even buy a new dress, I'll tell my mom, you know, those little things that do not really matter. Yeah. And she'll be very happy. Like, if this guy is into me and I feel like, the vibe is good, I'll tell my mom. Even if it's not serious.
I envy people who are that close with their parents.
Yeah.
Babangu bana, atakupigia simu kama maybe kuna riots. Usikuje town leo. and then phone calls ni zile za 3 seconds. Unashikanga usikuje town leo. Tushaongea.
There's this time nilishikwa na uko Kasarani. Uko kwenyu. I was going to work in the morning. I love squad nimefunga belt. Imagine petty offenses that don't even count. Nikashikwa, nikaingizwa kwa cell uko Kasarani police station. So I called my mom. Nikamwambia mamangu. No, I didn't even call my mom because I knew the first thing my mom would do would be to scold me. And that's the last thing you want to hear.
Mbona kufunga mshipi?
Yeah, because unajua it's your first time being arrested. I'm a softie in a way, so nasikia kulia. You know, I'm not gangster like that. When I called my dad was like, oh, first of all, you need to calm down. Nisabie ni watu wangapi wako ndani ya hiyo cell. Wanawake ni wangapi?
By the way.
Are you safe?
By the way. Yeah.
And then he was like, okay, so you need to relax. Unaweza hongana? I was like, me hata sijui nitasema nini. Akaniambia, it's okay, calm down. I'm sending you money. Normally, kutofunga mshipi unaweza lipishwa 500. So I'm sending you 2K. So that when you leave that place, just take a cab and come home. Yeah? And then he called my mom. My mom, si alipigia mamangu asubuhi after amenitumia do. My mom didn't bother, like whatever man. Saa 9, sasa nimesha toka koti and everything. Na mamangu ananikola and then she's laughing and then she's like, you are a whole adult na hujui kufunga mchipi. Yeah, so there's like a difference.
Tough love
between,
relation. Yeah.
I think growing up, it's my mom who gave all the tough love, which I really appreciate.
It's
Because my
always
dad,
been, actually, it's always been mostly moms who give
my dad
tough
was,
love.
especially to girls, my dad was always the one
'Cause
that,
I think
yeah.
my mom flipped. When growing up, my mom was very tough. But I think when she lost some children, she flipped. When I think I was in Form 1 or Form 2, she flipped to a very soft person, somebody who could approach, somebody you can talk to.
Yeah.
My mom is the one who bought me my first lotion. The first suit I went for
No,
an
that's
interview.
my dad.
That's my mom.
Kijana ngozi ng'are.
Like, hey, my mom will actually tell me, no, I don't like that skirt on you. I want you to wear this
No,
one.
that's
I
my dad.
don't like the way you walk. No, women don't walk like that.
Yeah.
I want you to walk like
When
this.
I joined high school, my dad was
Hey.
like, now you're a big girl.
Yeah.
You're supposed to use lotion. He bought me my first lotion. He bought me my first fragrance. Like my dad has
Now
bought
that's my
fragrance
mom.
for me.
Unajua kwanza bado mind yangu your place ya walking style. You know, I see a lot of girls out here.
No wonder she's
They
a lady.
have walking styles and you feel like she's doing a lot. Like wewe ile place utakaa leo jioni utakuwa umechoka. Like mwili okay, like kwani wewe mama yako hakufundisha how to walk? Like what's up
No,
man?
I think that's like a face. That's just a ratchet face.
Hey. Anyway, so now that all of you have shared like your cheating stories, and what do you think are like red flags that now armed with all this knowledge you know about cheating people or
People cheating on
or
you.
people cheating on you, or even you, maybe the things that might make you cheat on someone.
Yeah.
You definitely have some two red flags that you're looking out for.
Yeah.
So what are some of these red flags that you watch out for, especially if maybe ndo umeanza kuongea na Charlie or a guy is approaching you and unajaribu kuangalia kama anatik hizi green flags, hizi red flags?
I think I'll start.
Okay.
Does this guy like me?
So that's the first
There
thing.
are people who just don't like you. They like this idea of who you are.
Yeah.
They just like this idea of who you are. You look pretty.
That's deep. By
You
the
look
way.
likable.
It's kinda deep, yeah.
You look like we can have a really good conversation with you.
Yeah.
We
We
can
look
vibe
good
along.
together.
Yeah, we look good together. But that's this person like me. Do they actually know they can hurt me? That is one thing. And
So how do you
I've
find
had-
out? So how do you find out
I've
if they
had
actually
people
like you,
with
or
time.
like they like you for you?
I think men make it so easy for that. Women
Yes.
tend to hide that. I don't like you, I like you for your money, but
Yes.
I'll still call you babe. And
Yes.
do all those
Do
things.
you- do
Women
you-
can pretend,
But
men don't.
Women, niulize, is there? Do you ever like a guy for who he is, other than for what he is?
Totally.
Of course.
Totally.
I was talking with men in our group, and they're not buying it. I used to tell them, like, if you
Those are
want to,
just men that have not, no offense, and please don't come at me. I am very tender and everything, but mostly those are people that have not dealt with hurt. You know, so you feel. So I tend, just because someone cheated on me,
No, personally-
doesn't mean all men will definitely cheat on me.
personally, I do believe that there are women who will just like you for you.
Exactly.
Before
That's
before they
true.
can like you for what you, of course, who you are.
Who you are
I
is
mean,
what
what
will
you
bring me
are.
on the- bring
Yeah,
me.
what you are. It play a major role, but there are women who will like you for you.
No,
first.
what happens is, what will get my attention is who you are, and then what you represent as a man is what will sustain.
You know, the argument usually is, but si nikisota wao wananiacha, so definitely it means she didn't like me for me.
Ni kama
Na sionangi hiyo
I-
argument ikimake
I
sense.
we were having this conversational dating, but we were on the talking bit. And then I told this guy, I don't want to continue with this. And he was like, are you sure you want to leave me? And the way I look, you know, that guy has more money than me.
Yeah.
And he's at a better place. And on Facebook, he has a lot of people that sim for him. Women actually that sim for him. So he actually texted me in capital, are you sure you want to end this? So I think men normally feel at times because they have money or they have this status,
It is
a woman cannot leave them.
It's the misconception ama miseducation that's going on out here. Na mimi actually since nitoke hiyo space ya sijui gender nini red pill and all these things, I feel like we are misleading an entire generation of men by telling them this singular message.
Yeah.
You get money and everything will fall into place.
That's not
doesn't.
true. Let me tell you
And that's the primary like
at
message
some point,
out there.
before I got into a relationship, see the way you're in talking stages and you're of course, wanasemanga, you have to be open to meeting people
Yeah.
and everything. Put yourself out there.
Yeah.
There's this guy. The guy is making a lot of money and he's young. I think he was maybe 2 years older, but he was making really good money for himself. He was in a good place financially. And he was pretty cute. He was pretty okay. Like
Acceptable.
our babies would look good if, regardless of whether or not they look like me or him. But that's not the point. This is the point.
Okay.
This is the point. This guy thought, I think he had issues stemming from his childhood. The mom and dad, they have a nice relationship. So this guy thought, because maybe I am not so sure about myself as a man. Okay, I'm not so sure about what I give as Lubanga, but money will compensate.
Yeah.
I know I'm not all that personality-wise and things like that. So this is someone who would say something off. And because me, I'm really all about who you are. Like, you have to be a nice person. You have to be a kind person. You have to be someone that is aware of how their words and action make the other person feel. Not just to me, but to everyone else around you. Just be a good person. That's bare minimum. He was not a good person. So every time we'd be like, you know what? Don't talk to me. And then you don't talk to each other for a while. You even block his ass, yeah? And then you're just chilling. You're probably broke. And then nigga just sends 5K on your phone, 10K on your phone. And he's like, I just thought of you. And I thought maybe you should buy yourself a cute outfit and a cute bag. And then free your Saturday for me so that we go out. You get my point? So this is someone who thinks in his head that because I'm presenting money, this chick can't be in a position to like, you know, because I'm presenting money and women just want money. You know?
Sijui hiyo misconception utalitoa wapi. You need to be like a whole person as a human being. Yes, kuwa na
for both genders anyway.
Kuwa na do, but pia be someone that can actually have ile like an intimate relationship with someone. It's going to like go based on transaction. Okay, with money you will actually be successful with women as a man, but you'll be successful with the wrong type of women. You will never know how like a relationship inaonjanga, like how like being with someone who actually cares about you. Utaijua how ina feel.
It's like
and
this.
you're very afraid.
You're always losing.
If how you get women or how you get to lay women is with money, you'll be very afraid to lose that money.
That money.
Because when you lose that money,
then you lose your relevance and importance.
As a man, as much as have money, but have your identity away from money. So that you know, even if this money is not there, sometimes you go broke, sometimes you do.
It's
it happens. You can always have somebody by your side.
And it's for our gender as well. You see these women who are so beautiful, like really beautiful. Those women are just a 10. Like you look at a woman and you're like, wow. God.
You know.
And then what happened with me? And then, you know, those babes. And they tend to usually feel that they can walk around and get pretty privilege. You understand? So when you're...
Which they do sometimes.
Which they do, of course. I had a roommate back in campus. She was really adored. That chick was pretty. Like that chick used to stop traffic. Like literally.
The one who had a kid from
You went to the same school?
Yeah, we went to the same school.
Oh, nice.
But we are not age mates. He's way older. For the record.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
To clarify things, she came to the school after I had left. So that's why I'm way older.
Okay, that's nice.
Okay,
That's fine.
but that's beyond the point. I'm sorry, guys.
It's all good.
But this chick alikuwa ananiambia, I was like, wow, must be nice being you. Because she was getting attention from everyone. And she was like, no, it's not the case. Because most times I don't know if someone likes me or
they like
it's
my
just
nyash.
it's just the package that's keeping them here. But then she's like, I am aware that this will not be here forever. I look like this because we are 19. I might not look like this when we are 30.
Yeah, at 19 she knew that. Then she's a smart woman.
Yeah.
If she knew that.
Women
she's
mature
not sure.
faster than boys.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
And also there's that bit of being told.
Yeah.
There's that bit of being told. Even as a woman, you're told, look for a husband when
When
you're still
you're
younger.
still young.
So it
sticks,
is here.
it
It is
lingers
here.
in your
Like
mind.
you will not be this beautiful.
Yeah.
And that is how we are trying to prove them wrong. But like we can still be beautiful.
Yeah. But then now you
Our
see,
age.
most of them don't get it like that.
Yes,
Most of
that's
them
true.
think, what are you telling me? Why do I have to be smart? I have an ass. Why are you telling me I need to understand what the Finance Act says? I have
the way
an
you are
ass.
talking.
Like, you know,
Mini baby girl.
mini baby girl. Why am I supposed to know the price of fuel? That doesn't affect me. I have an ass. You know.
Goodness, I don't make.
But you see, it's the same thing as men who think because they have money, they have it all.
Yeah, they have it all.
Honey, your ass is pretty. You look so nice. I love it too. But your derriere is not gonna keep that man there. If you guys can't have a conversation, you get. So people need to understand that you need to also invest in yourself. Above all else, invest in who you are. Read a book.
Read a book. Like cultivate a personality that is likable.
Yeah. I have no problem with girls with asses, by the way. Just for the record.
I'm not an ass man, so I wouldn't really.
You were saying?
No, there was that bit of red flags.
Yeah.
You
so it
finished.
was,
Yeah.
You finished.
the bit of being likable. And the second thing, oh my goodness, red flags. Somebody else can continue, I'll pick it up.
I think the one thing that someone should look out for when you are putting yourself out there to meet someone new, does this person know what they want? It's very important. You know, like, you see, the way I usually tell you I have a preference for dating someone who's older than me.
Yeah.
It's because this person, at that point, most likely knows what they want,
who
they are, where they're going. You know, most times what wanasemanga, and I think Aoko used to preach that a lot before she used to preach that a lot. Before conglomeration happened.
Yes.
Before then, she used to talk about that a lot. Sometimes you meet someone in your early 20s, we're both young, and then a woman would put her whole life on hold because of this man.
Yeah.
And then this man gets to where he wants to be, and then you stop being his type. And then you start talking trash. Oh, I was with you when you had nothing and things like that. But ideally, this person changed. This is not the same person So in essence, when you're, putting yourself out there for your man, making sacrifices for him, you should also put yourself in consideration. Grow with him.
Actually, to add,
so that you continue to be his type.
To add to your point, I don't know the type of women most of my colleagues, by colleagues I mean other men, like have dealt with. But for me, most of the women I've been with, I think they find a guy who knows himself and he knows where he's going.
Yeah.
They find that kind of a guy more attractive.
That's a very attractive man. You know, a man ideally should exude confidence. There's nothing as beautiful as a man that knows who he is.
Yeah, that's true.
This is a man, when I know that Lubanga 100% knows who he is, what he wants in a woman, when he chooses me, I know for
where
sure.
Where to fit in and how to play that role.
And I also know this guy has sat down and he knows for sure, based on where I'm going, based on who I am, this is the woman for me. Yeah. I am more affirmed in my space in his life.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think it's a red flag when someone doesn't know what he wants, where he's going, because he's probably in his experimental phase. And you can't blame this person when he leaves you, after...
And to add on that, by the way, it's also the type of women. You've seen these guys who normally flirt with all types of women.
Yeah.
They flirt with women who have bigger boobs, bigger asses, women who are lighter, women who are darker, women who are younger, women who are older. As in, this guy is on Facebook, but they're all over commenting, I love those. And you're like, and this guy has just chosen me. And then you're like, why is this guy choosing me? And yet he still has like...
Yeah, so, a preference.
So it's giving Ile vibe, he doesn't know what he wants.
That for me is a red flag. And I'll leave you. I'll leave you for you to go and give attention to all those women you're trying to give attention. Because first, for me, I don't go salivating on everyone's chest, voice, money and everything. I am the kind of person who... I know the man
you
I
have
want
a specific
to commit to, or the man I want to walk this road with. I'm not that kind. So if I see you're everywhere, I love those boobs today. And then, man, I love that hair. There's the compliment, and then there's the bit where you see this guy is just thirsty, like he wants to smash.
This is a boy, literally, because it's teenage boys that anything goes. Hata huyo teacher wa chemistry kama anakaja, anything goes. She's a woman. Anything goes. When a man, the more you grow, the more you know what works for you. Like you, I know you like women who have beautiful hair because akinyoa, akae na nywele, still amazing, and your kids will have nice hair. I know you don't like big women. You prefer
big women.
Big physically.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
like big women.
Stop being
I
politically correct.
I like big women.
Ah.
But okay, the thing
Big
that
with ambition, though.
the thing all I know is like what I notice first in a woman is usually her hair, and then maybe next her legs.
See, you are very specific.
Yeah.
By the legs.
Yeah.
Woo, this guy is a leg person.
Yeah.
So you see, you're very specific with what you're going for. Physically, you probably, I know for sure you know what you want in terms of like her IQ, her EQ, all those things. You know what you want. You know what you're going for. So ideally, when you pick a woman, she knows this guy is coming from a place where I know what I want.
Yeah.
He's specific, and I meet that criteria, and that makes me special in his eyes.
Because I'm
You
still
know?
patience. I'm patience.
Yeah.
So I'm very impatient, and I can be intentionally unrealistic sometimes. So kama unaweza put up na hiyo. Like, you know how someone can just do something and they know that what I'm doing is not okay, but still you expect whoever is the recipient to not be wale watu wenye they don't have patience for it.
Yeah.
So mimi siwezi kana mtu mwenye yako volatile.
I think ideally women are meant to be patient because you nurture. Everything that goes through your hands has to take time to flourish. So you need to be patient.
So you guys always say that women mature faster than men.
Yeah.
So you can imagine if you are like where you're very impatient to the point that you don't even recognize the fact that you could be probably more mature than this guy. So you need
Lubanga.
So
But
sometimes
it doesn't work like that.
It doesn't work like that. Wait, Lubanga,
yeah,
no.
you could be very mature than this guy that you're dating. So you need to be patient with him. Mwacha catch up.
No, that's not the
Let's
point.
catch
The
up.
point is beautiful things take time to flourish.
Okay.
Yeah. And normally, you see, with the womb situation that you carry a child for 9 months, you've been patient for 9 months to meet this baby, you know, and you've loved this baby and things like that. Ideally, women it's just a virtue. It should come as a natural virtue for women. It's the same way as when I meet you as my man, there's a place you're going, but you're not there yet.
Yeah.
It is my patience and my wisdom, and you know that's going to help you get to that place. Men get to sometimes, you see the way men can, what's the word? Spontaneity. Right now your mind is here, then it's there, then it's there. You can lose focus really fast. But it's the patience in your woman that keeps you, you know, on your toes. Like your babe, you said by the time we're finishing this year, we're gonna have saved X amount of money, so we get this thing, you know. So I think patience should be an automatic virtue in women, well-grown women.
But still, they shouldn't take advantage of the patience.
Yeah.
Like, you shouldn't be trying me so that you can actually see how my patience can stretch, because it might just stretch too much.
Yeah.
It might
You can
just
only
stretch.
do so much for someone.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's also that bit.
But you shouldn't be with people who take advantage of who you are.
Yeah. So what's your other red flag?
No booty shorts, no pants.
No booty shorts, no pads in
That's
your
very
house.
realistic.
And
That's
condoms.
very realistic.
Okay.
Yeah, true.
But it reminds me, in my house there's a drawer. I've had like there've been condoms there. Hizo condoms zime outlast mademu wawili.
Oh my
They're
goodness.
just there. They're just there. So sometimes you jiuliza
Hazijafunguliwa.
Kama
Zifunguliwa.
hazijafunguliwa ndo maana
Na ni
zitaikuwa
packet
issue.
mbili. Na ni
That's
packet
why they've
mbili.
never been an issue, because
Like they're still
hazijafunguliwa.
intact as
Yeah, they're still in.
That's the whole
So what happens is unlike other guys, I don't do like random sex. So like
As should be,
I mostly sleep with people that I've known, people that I actually like. So napatanga before sex happens naonga tumepimwa nini. So I rarely see the need for
I
those.
think that's how it's supposed to
Yeah,
be.
I rarely see the need for those. So zinakuwaga tu hapo. I don't know, sijaifikiria kuzitupa na sijaiona msichana yote akicomplain.
No, it's because unajua, ideally you're an adult, at least if you're having sex, have it safe.
Yeah.
So the fact that it's present and not opened, not tampered with, just goes to show that you're a careful person, which is a plus, I would think.
Yeah.
So that's why it's not an issue.
Yeah,
So
mimi sijui nizitupe hii weekend, but I don't know. Maybe naweza zitupa alafu tena ilete
It's your
shida.
choice.
Waulize mbona
Mtu
zilikuwa
akuja-
hapa na
zilikuwa
zinashindanga
hapa,
hapa na sahii
Tupa
haziko.
akiwa.
Yeah,
Babe,
tupa
by the
akiwa.
way.
I have a story on red flags.
Yeah.
So I used to talk. We were just talking. Just this year, I was talking to this guy. He has a kid. He told me that he broke off things with a baby mama. Fine. So he told me these things from day one. I was like, it's okay. So I just asked him, like, do you take care of the kid and everything? And he said yes. And he told me they're pretty close to the baby mama. I'm like, okay, sawa. So one time he tells me that I'm a funga job late and then he's probably going to sleep at the brother's place. I'm like, okay, sawa. At night, at around 10, I tried to call him. I called him once, twice. The phone inalia, and then the third time I tried to call, imezimwa. So the next day he tells me simu ilizima, and then sasa asubuhi ameamka akaenda kwa neighbor kuomba charger ya iPhone. He walks with the charger everywhere.
I mean that's what iPhone people do.
Kwanza watu wa iPhone 6
And I was like, okay.
wanakuanga na charger everywhere.
So he tells me, you know, I was just at my brother's, and then he starts to say, by the hata stima ilipotea. I'm like, oh. Like,
But you charged your phone at your brother's, at your neighbor's.
Alicharge. I'm like, you're contradicting yourself. Ati, lakini pia nimeona mtoto. I'm like, oh.
So you were at your baby mama.
Where are you exactly? Ati, saizi niko kazi. I'm like, okay, sawa. It's okay.
So red flag yako moja ni wasa wanatumia iPhone. iPhone zinachajiwa kila
Yeah, that's
actually iPhone iko kila mahali. Sijui kama kuna outbreak or what. Like everywhere you
because these are refurbished ziko kila mahali.
My God, everyone. And then they're like, oh, wanatembea sana charger with their battery
And
health
taking
is like
mirror
50%.
Utajua je iPhone if we don't take more selfies.
Like that's the only point.
I just texted this guy. I told him, by the way, I don't think tutasumbuana tu size. Imagine you're going there.
I'm not the only one who texts people when it's done.
And the communication is
you guys
bad
break up
sometimes,
through
and
text messages.
there was just a lot
I need to dress up and come and see you. Why?
See you call.
my
would
schedule is
I?
tight to work. I'm
Mi
working.
nipigie tu simu niambie.
I know me, I'm very dramatic. I want to show up in a nice dress so that you know what you're losing.
Yes.
Okay, that's just being
But at
dramatic.
least it was just a talking stage.
No,
And
but I
like,
think what she's saying is for us people that have kids and now we are dating other people, like I am okay with you co-parenting, but how distinct is the co-parenting line?
that is what I'm saying.
You know, because the way she's saying it, the guy was saying he's pretty close to the baby mama. It shouldn't be the case. Because for you guys to decide that now we can't raise this kid pamoja, there must have been things, there must have been issues. If you people decide that we're going to raise the child separately, you owe it to yourselves, you owe it to that child, you owe it to your future partners to not put confusion up in between. Because you see with a kid, kids notice everything. These kids are going to school with people who live in complete family units. These kids will one day ask you, but I see you hug dad. I see that dad sleeps here sometimes. So why aren't you guys pamoja? You know, how are you going to explain that? I think it's even better, and the morals that you're instilling in your child, to let them know that, you know, adults sometimes they love each other and sometimes they realize
just don't like
really,
each other.
and then sometimes this happens. But you see, with your dad, we decided we will put you first and just raise you. That child will respect the both of you more than you guys snooping around and, you know, having...
If there's something that needs to be invented in this century, is like the blueprint for
co-parenting, because it's all out.
Yeah.
I think there's a day Ofweneke was talking about it. Ofweneke and Ogaobina, both of them are baby daddies. And they were saying for Ogaobina to get that place where he successfully co-parenting with the baby mama, they had to decide that we are not going to confuse this kid. These kids, because I think they were really like, if I'm dropping them off, just say hi, no hug, no nothing. Let these kids be able to understand that when they see you with someone else, that's the person you love. The only biashara between me and you is
them.
And that's how it's supposed to be. If you're having, there's nothing bad in co-parenting or having a present baby daddy or you being in your child's life and you're a man. But what kind of relationship do you have? You see, this nonsense that people say,
that bit of co-parenting. Lubanga, you need a podcast for co-parenting. There's a lot we need to talk about co-parenting.
And the
as
do's,
a segment on its own.
You think I need to have both guys and
Yeah, or you can
mixed.
have a men's session and then you can have a female session, or you can just have
Both. Yeah.
men and women.
Yeah. Because people
In
need
the
to
same
understand
space.
that we can actually raise a child without us having sex. Without you having to use sex to get you to pay your child's fee.
because
Read
it's
that somewhere, as in this baby
At-
daddy left a woman on
Yeah.
the road. That woman was rained on because the woman refused to give in to sex.
Yeah.
Imagine,
At you sleep with
as
me so
in-
that I pay the child's fees.
As in,
What's
imagine
that?
this woman had been locked out of the house because of rent arrears. She had been fired. The baby daddy refused to pay school fees, do anything until this woman gives into sex. So she just left her
That
outside.
is so wrong.
You can imagine.
I think that's why
subebe tu
people
watoto urushe kwa milango yake urudi
ideally,
kwenyu.
you see, that's why people now start saying ati mi siwezi date mtu mwenye baby daddy wake bado ako high. Because these people will always get back together.
Because
But that's not always the case. You see, I got pregnant when I was 21. Whatever I found attractive then is not what I found attractive now. Now that I have grown, I have matured. What I'm looking for in a man is not that. So it would be so wrong for me to go back to that, regardless of the fact that we have a whole beautiful human together.
But don't you feel it's different in men? They might...
That's not... It takes two to tango. I have to agree to the sex. Huyo anasema that lady aliachwa kwa barabara akinyeshewa because she said no. You have... It takes two to tango. That just because you want to have sex with me doesn't mean I should have sex with you.
Yeah.
But I've seen one of my friends, one of my colleagues, is a guy. He has quite a number of baby mamas.
That's a red flag.
3.
Hiyo
We are just colleagues though.
hiyo ni red flag.
What is red flag?
When the baby mamas come, they do not even touch each other. The mama brings the child, he plays with the father, and that's it.
Anachukuliwa jioni
Even though even if they're in the same room, a sitting room, no.
I think in the next podcast, after the next one, I also want men to come and talk about their cheating stories and what they think is a red flag in a woman. So after that, we'll talk about co-parenting.
Yeah.
But they should draw the line.
And I'd love to have you back.
They should draw the line. Like
Yes.
if
It should be so distinct.
Yeah, like if it is just this kid, let it be this kid.
Yeah, stop
you
confusing
are doing
yourselves.
things. If it's school fees, we are discussing how are we going to pay
Kwa nini
this?
we
How are we
discuss
doing-
school
That's
fees?
it.
Kwa nini we discuss school fees? See, the school is there. You can always access things. Nowadays, we have apps.
Aende apewe nini,
You can always go. Kwa nini we have to sit
aende
down
apewe
and
fee
discuss
structure,
school fees?
akuwe
What
analipa
do fee
direct.
structure you pay
I
to
think
the
the
school?
only conversation you guys should have, unless kuna financial situations in place, like, okay, mi niko na medical cover and cover the child, sawa. Mimi nitalipa school fees, sawa. Mimi nitaketa for snacks za mtoi, sawa. Full stop.
Exactly, and you are there to that. Msifuatane hivyo hivyo.
Because the more you talk, the more kuna familiarity, the more mnaanza kuconfuse. Don't open this.
Hata mna confuse pia mtoto.
Because the kid now thinks, but
wanakuanga
nevertheless,
pamoja.
because kids notice
A lot of
literally
things, yeah.
everything.
Anyway, our director has been telling us to end the show. So we will pick it up from next week with the next episode. Keep it here and subscribe. Tell us what you think about the today's topic, and we will get back to you.
Yeah, sure.
Any last words from our guests?
Let's be intentional in relationships and choose people who like us, who love us, who can be able to see the best in us, and who can work us through this thing we call life.
Yes.
Let's not choose people who tolerate us. Yeah.
Yes.
Or who settled for
Gen
us.
Z.
Yes.
Gen Z.
But
Gen Z, tuambie yako.
one, be kind. 2, if you have a partner, don't make someone else feel the same way your partner is feeling.
Oh, so like there should be a preferential treatment for the partner.
Of course.
Eh,
That's the whole point.
Okay. You?
I think never settle for less.
I thought you're going to leave it at never settle. I would have found that statement to be very problematic. But anyway, carry on.
No. Just never settle for less. Don't be in that place where you're feeling, I'm approaching 30 or I am 30 and I'm not seeing someone, so I should like probably anything goes.
Yeah, the one who comes.
Because a very wise woman was telling me it is better to get married at 38 and have the marriage last forever than get married at 25 and split at 28. You know, ideally do not settle because when it catches up with you somehow. just don't settle for less. Settle
So-
down though.
One more thing.
Uh,
Stay dangerous.
Hey. How you
Stay
ume-
dangerous.
so how
I had to.
how do you want to stay dangerous?
Just stay dangerous.
Eh.
See me after this.
But I feel like you lack the capacity to stay dangerous.
Wait, her not reacting to stuff is being dangerous.
Anyway, catch up with you next week. Miss Inanga fancy ending whatever for our podcast.
Yeah.
I just say see you next week.
It's offbeat anyway.
It's offbeat anyway.
Sawa.